Ooh, Square Enix. No, it's Square Enix, not Squaresoft. That's a shame. Super Mario Picross World, now with mouse support. I like Picross. I like Mario. This should be fun. Solve. Okay. Nope. Just to make sure Kez isn't playing. I guess he doesn't want to do math. This entry requires a mouse in the two-player port. Use the blocks above to test if it's working. There are 25 puzzles to solve, but only 5 are required to pass. It may be 5 of any of your choosing. Okay. This isn't so bad. Oh, I need to switch mouse pad sides. Apparently, whenever this mouse pad gets warm, it starts losing resolution. Also, I don't think it really is the pointer I'm using. All right, well that seems to work. Every room has unique music and graphics, so even if you choose not to complete all of them, poking your head in to every room may be worthwhile. Start and select at any time to return here. 1. Puzzle 1. All right. Okay, let's Picross. There are 5 squares on both sides. Got the VLDC abstract on. That's always a good sign. Does right click let me... No, I can't flag things, but I know what should be here. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2. Oh, that wasn't guaranteed at all. Oh, well. It's 2, 1. Which one is... There's 5 down here. I missed that. Oh, it's just 5 all around. Oh, it's letter Q. Okay. Gotcha, letter Q. So let's do another puzzle. Does it say when I've completed each one? I guess I'm going to keep track myself. Puzzle 2. Ugh. Well, that's unpleasant to look at. Thankfully, this puzzle is absolutely trivial. It's an L. I figured that out. I'm gonna guess the next one might be a D, possibly. Just putting it out there. Okay. Since there's 4 here, we can conclude that there's those ones. Since there's 4 here, we can conclude they're here. This 3 has to be satisfied in the middle because these rows are empty, and there's our D. Psychic Pack? No, I'm just actually... I'm decent at Picross. I like Picross. It's a fun class of puzzle. Nonograms, or whatever they're called. I actually bought a couple of Picross games for Switch that I play when I just kind of need to have a wander and ponder. Yeah, we're doing this, apparently. Okay, I can barely see the numbers against this background, unfortunately. Green on blue cat wasn't a good decision. Thankfully, again, it's a short puzzle. And these are really easy Picrosses. Like, anything where you have, like, a line along a wall gives you a lot of information, as long as the puzzle is constructed exactly to screw you over in that way. Unfortunately, I can't mark tiles as definitely empty, which I'm used to from playing nonograms. But is what is. Okay, 3, so we know that's there. Ah. Okay, so we have those. 4 means the center 3 are full. We can nix these, so we know this is lit. That might be lit, or the one below it. This is actually a slightly more difficult puzzle. Okay, actually, because there's a 2 here, we know that there's not one there, so we know we can do this. So these 2 rows are satisfied, which means this 2 has to be here. 2 is satisfied. This 1 is satisfied. That has to be there. And then 4. Picked up a few Picross games on Android and 3DS a while ago. Oh, among us. I should have seen it coming. Been ages since you played any. I mean, I'm just a fan. Like, they're kind of short-ish puzzles, depending upon the designer and all that. The one I picked up and beat most recently was Pixel Adventure, Pixel Cross Adventure. Oh boy, Commander Keen! Oh, this is fun. And it got difficult near the end, but mostly because like there were some tedious bits. Still sad we can't flag that one as empty. Even Commander Keen sound effects. 8 takes us to here, so I can flag these inner 6. Yeah, that has to be true. This is also true, and that nixes everything in this row, which is actually nice, because then we can fill in the 2s down here. And this 3 could go... Actually, no, this 3 can't go either way. 2, 2. Okay, and so... That 6 is fully done. Let's see what else do we have that's easy to figure out. 7, 2 is a full column. So flip those. Good fun. Takes longer to lose interest with Picross than something Sudoku. Yeah, Sudoku's also a lot harder to just pick up again on your way back. Like, it's okay. I don't know. Sudoku, I think it's overrated somewhat. 4, not 2. 3. These 2 are lit. That has to be true. This entire section is done. No, wait. This section is not done. There's a 2, but there has to be a 1. It can only be in this row. There's a 1 there. So I think I can also light up this one since the other one's 1 is satisfied. I think it's going to be like a boat. 2, 5. This has to be 5 up from here. What am I missing? 2. This is also up from there. I guess I just haven't filled in this side. And then this. Ah! That was a misclick. Due to the mouse being useless. It's a boat. Did I not get credit for that? Oh, I guess I just had to beat 5, didn't I? We did it. Flip over the book again. I do not recognize that character. I'm kind of shocked. It's actually running out of time. You could see the V-blank line moving up and down. When I'm not doing anything. For a very empty scene that only has like a few animated parts, I'm kind of surprised. 2, 4, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 1, 2, 3. So another 4 is there. 7, I can count this up to 7. Did not mean to hit that one. Oh, 3. I missed that. That's useful knowledge. Okay, there's a 1 here. You can make that assumption. There's no other place to put a 1, so there has to be a 1 up here. I know that that's impossible there, so let's do that. Okay, the 4 is there, the 4 is there. I can put this one up there. That finishes that. This row is complete, which means I can cross it. That's fine. 2 and 2. So this, since we fucked up, I could put that there, but I don't want to, so we're not doing that yet. Well, actually, no. We know because... Actually, no, that one could possibly be there. 3, 2, 2, 2. Let's look at my other options. 2 and 2. So this area can't be filled with anything. Actually, because that's satisfied. This is 7. Oh, actually, no. I can fill that one in. That's 7 now. So that's part of the 2 down there. Okay. Nothing in this row now. I really wish I could put X's. I usually do this with X's. Okay, because this row is satisfied, the 4s go downward. There we go, that's useful. That means that I need to put this one up here, because the 7... Oh, wait, no, that's... Oh, it's already 7. Yeah, I don't need to do anything with that. Okay. 2. 2 is 2. That could be either way. We can go either way on that one. This mouse is killing me. 3. 4 is satisfied. 2. 2. Okay, so I know that nothing could be in this row anymore, basically. This row is also dead. Which means that, because this is a 2, this has to extend outward. So we can do that one for free now. Similarly, this has to be the 1, and therefore we can click on these 2. That doesn't tell us where this 1 is. It's either here or here. But I can't. I can delineate that, can't I? No, I can't delineate that yet. Okay. That's clarified. We can't go in that row, so that 2 can't be there. There's the 2 there. There's possibly a 1 there. Now that can't be there because that can't be continuous 2. This one's done. This is a 3, and this row's done. This one says 4, 4. Okay, so we know that the 2 isn't in this row. This be like some music notes. Alright, so this one's done. That one's done. This one's done. This one needs information. Okay, so it can't be over here. Therefore, it's there. That's our 1, 1. Completely done. I think this means that this 2 has to be here, and then the 1 has to be... oh, right. This 3 is here, therefore that. And then we have to finish the 4. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And I ended up hitting the one to the left anyway. Music note. I wonder what the 78 means up there. Oh, it's probably number of coins. Yeah, that was puzzle 7 I just did. I feel I should recognize this. I flip the book again. I think we're getting less mileage out of this book as the time goes on. Okay, these are all 1s, so they're irrelevant. 7 up. Oh, Katamari music. That's what this is. At least I think it is. It's hard to tell with the constant block noises. This is Lonely Rolling Star, if I'm not mistaken. Excellent track. 8, 8, 3, 4. Okay. So we got 1 up here somewhere. That's nice. That's part of the 5. Not 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. 2, not 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, and then I can put this 2 here. That satisfies that. All right. Cool. So this 2 can't really be over there. 6. 8. Okay, the 3 could be here. Work's done. This row's almost done. This one's complete. Oh, this one's complete. That's kind of important. So that means I can extend this one more to the right. And since we know there's a 3 there, that's what has to be there. Okay, cool. This 6 has to extend 1 to the left because that row can't have a 2 in it, which means we can do this. It's there. The 6 is also going to come 1 to the right. That's good. All right, I think 1... Is there a 4th? There's a 4th 1 up here. So I think the 2 has to be here. Hot drink really gets you going. Warms you up. Oh, what? No! QLDC, I missed it. No. Ah. I don't know what it said. Therefore, I have to solve it again. But it won't take very long, because I remember what it looked like, and I don't care if I cheat, because I just want to see the ending. There we go. Also, this cursor precision leaves something to be desired, but that happens a lot. Probably should have just, like, clipped it and looked backwards, but eh. 6. Also, Lonely Rolling Star is an excellent song, so it doesn't matter too much. There we go. These 8s extend this way. This is a 3. I need to move my 9s up. Oh, and I forgot to hook this up. There we go. Hot drink really gets you going. QLDC level where the music is just the first bar repeated. That took me about... You got it right about the same time I did. That's really good timing. Oh well. Hot drinks redukes. 7, 8. Okay. I guess you can stand on puzzles sometimes. Or maybe... Nope, you could just stand on the numbers. That's interesting. Alright. Pizza. I can't read those numbers up there. That's going to cause me some problems. Okay, we'll do this. The 9 means I can do this. 7 means I can do this. 5 means I get to do this. 4, 5, 6, and 7. 6 means I could toggle these. 2, 2, 8. Just fill in the middle 8 parts. 3, 1, 1. Okay, 3. Okay, I thought so. Not 2, 3. Okay, so that's 5. This one's done. This one isn't done. I can't tell if that's a 2 up there, but if it is, then I can just do... Actually, it's a 7, 2. That should fill the entire row. Okay. 9, I can do that. That means this is part of the 7, which means the 1's down here. Didn't mean to do that, but it's a thing that happened, and I can't stop it anymore. Though I think I would have realized that soon because of the 5. That's not what I wanted. That's 6, one more. 2, 2, okay. So this 6 up there. What's next? There's a 6, 7, we've done that. 1, 7, okay, we're done with that. These 8s are complete, which is nice. The 8s are complete, which means I can put the 1... I have to put the 1 there because of the 3. And because the 3 down there is complete, I have to bring it upward. So there we go. That could be there. That has to be... Stupid mouse! Imprecision. I knew that wasn't there. It was there because of the 2 here. That 5 is done, so we can do this. And I think all that's left is the 6. Since the 9 is satisfied, we have to take it to the left. And then the 2 here. Tree stump. Less inspired, I'm going to be honest. Okay. That was 9, wasn't it? Yeah, because hot drinks was 8. Hot drinks really get you going. Yeah, it definitely looks more Among Us. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's see. We got this 8 here that we can get for free. And now the tricky parts begin. There's not a whole lot of freebies in here. At all. That leaves it 8. 1, 2, 3. I think that leaves me in the same place. Not 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3, not 6. Nope. Okay. Yeah, there's very little here for me to work with. Nope, that also doesn't count through. Because that 6 leaves 4. That's 4 ones. I can not do anything with that. Could be a 1 there. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to start logicking on here. I mean, I know that this 2 has to extend this way because I can't be right here. So that locks that off as a none, but that doesn't help me because that doesn't let me place the 3 anywhere. Same thing for right here. Because like the 3 could be here because you can see 3, 1, 1. I get the feeling it's probably right here based upon just intuition, but intuition alone is not really enough. Like, I think this is just an underspecified puzzle. I'm gonna have to make some guesses. So I guess I'm gonna start by guessing the 3, which I was right about, hooray. But that doesn't really give me any forward movement. Because I know that. And I feel like if we're gonna do that, then it has to be symmetric, so we're gonna do that. So 3 ain't here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so because those are that's satisfied. Those has to be a 1. That's something I guess we knew already. That's our 2 1s and leaves a 3. There's our 2. Yep, that's about it. There's not a lot to logic out here. Like there's, maybe, is there any lines I can work with? Like the 2, 1, 1, 2 seem promising. 3, 1, 1, because no, that leaves 6. It needs to be at least less than twice the size of the gap for me to do anything with it. And you know what? Actually, no, I can't do some logic here because now I know that these 2 rows are consumed. I can start doing some math. So not 1, 2, 3. Put that there. Same thing for this. No, not same thing for that. That doesn't help. I put down 1 block. We're making progress. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make some other guesses. Oh, I know I can put this one down too. Because yeah, we start in this one. 1, 1, 2. So yeah, we have this one here. So that partitions our space down here, which means I can bop this one, and similarly come over here and hit these 2 if the mouse pad will let me. Epic struggles against the mouse pad. Man versus the world. Okay, so there we go. That's done. So now those are both our 1s on the bottom part because this 2 can't be there. 1, 1, 3. Okay, this is also satisfied now. We just need to find the 1 over here, which could be... actually, no, it can only be here. So now we got the 8 down. Cool. That's nice. Alright, so that's the 1. 1, 2, 3. I think that works. 1, not 2, 3. Cool, we found another one of the 1s in that row. That's not helpful. Well, I guess I know that the 3 can't be right here, so I can actually turn this one on, and that makes that easy. So that's good. Oh, I also know that this row is satisfied, so the 3 has to go this way. That's also good. There goes that. These 2 rows are now satisfied. 3 could be here, going up. It doesn't really matter right now. There's plenty of places that could be. That could be. What else could it be? The 8. Mixes the 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. But any other spot to do math on, and I just don't think there is. So I have to start making some guesses. It's just a very sparse. Alright, well we found that. That's good. That was a random ass guess. Which means, actually, oh wait. I've already satisfied that row. There was no point in doing that. It's all... Wait a second. Is it all Among Us? Does everything has to end up being Among Us? It probably does. Okay. Wait a second. So I did that. So 1, 2, 3... Oh, no, never mind. That doesn't count up, right? I really hate that I can't mark squares. I mean, I can click them and say, I clearly know this is empty. I know it's empty. That doesn't help. Oh, I think it deducts from my time. Oh, it takes a whole minute off. Ooh, that's bad. I guess that's probably standard for Picross. I generally don't play that way because I like to, and I mark things along the way. I don't care too much about making mistakes as long as I fix them later. Not the Nintendo way, though. All right. What is the most likely square for me? There could be a stripe here. Basically, I should be able to take advantage of the fact the bottom half is all cut off now. Like right here. There's 2 up there. That doesn't help. Ah, there's so much Among Us now. Too much Among Us. I've spent enough time looking at this that don't think I'm going to come to any reasonable conclusions. What is a square that would really help me? If I knew which part was this 3 here, maybe. Since it could be anywhere in this range, I feel like trying one of these 2. Or I'll try both of them on accident. Well, that helped. Somewhat. This row is now dead. Which means this row... Oh, that doesn't help because the 3's there. In fact, there's nothing of value here. This row's done, though. I might run out of time. There's still a 1 somewhere in this row. We know there's a 3 somewhere, but I can... not. Cool. There's another one. We know there's a 1 either here or here. Actually, no, we know can't be a 1 there. That's impossible, so there's a 1 here. That means there's... I mean, we already knew there was no 3 there, so that helps. 1, 4. Couldn't be here, couldn't be here. Could be there. 2 could be anywhere on this row. I think you guys are probably right that it is an Among Us. That or it's a literal, like, mug with steam coming out that's deformed at the bottom. One or the other. Okay, actually, you know what? What? There... Nope. We know it can't be there. Can't be there. So there's a 1 either... Oh, there's a 1 right here. Cool. Killed that row. Alright, next up. Could there be a 1 here? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. No, I can't do anything with that logic. Yeah, it could be up or down from here. It could also be like right here. No, it can't be right there. That's impossible. So it could be anywhere along this line. That's not helpful. Ah. Alright. I have to make some prudent guesses. But it did work out. I think this is it? Yeah. Not happy. I prefer logic, but yeah, it's Among Us. Slightly higher resolution Among Us. Has anyone actually made a literal Among Us, where it's like actually a mug? I feel like this is the kind of thing they should have made already, right? Puzzlel. That's never a good sign. Zardoz says... Alright, well this one's a lot easier. It's not as sparse. Okay, and then plug in my 9. Which gets defined by my 10. Find the other 10s. Do that. Okay, go down. 1, 2, there's a 5 here. Which I think is literally just there. Yeah, that counts up. I was having way too much fun with that. Okay, 2s and 3s down this way. I guess that tells us where our 5 is. And then our 3's here. There's a 3 here. Give me precision. Oh, right, and then 9's done. Pfft, easy. Floppy disk. Wasn't expecting that. I really wish I didn't have to walk back every single time. Let's see, there's 4 doors. There's 5 doors. I'm only half done, if that. But I do like Picross. So. This is minimalist compared to the last few rooms. They plop these 8s down. Oh, shoot. I did 1 too high there. But I do know that that has to be true, so. It's 3s. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay. These 2s have to be this way. And these 2s have to be that way. Oh, wait. Nope. Nope. I misclicked there. This one, however, had to be. Well, now that I know that's wrong, it has to be. Yeah, I didn't logic that one well. Because I could have done that. That would have told me the same thing. More or less. Okay, that's done over there. Got my 4s. These rows are done. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Alright. Oh, there's really not much to this. I guess that's on. That's part of our 2. Since we know that's there, that means the 2 has to be up here. That's a 2, so this is a 4 up here. Everything to the left, except... Oh, I guess, no, we know this one's on the ground. And then it backs up from there. Okay. Can't be there. And we can't be down to the 2 area, so I guess it has to be... Has to be there. Okay. Similarly, this one, same sort of problem. I guess it could be part of the 8. I guess the 8 could be up there. But the 4 can't, and then that. So it has to be either here or here, so it has to be there. There's our 3, 1. Guess it could be up. That can't be there. There's a 3 there, so I know that. So then now that row's done. Okay, so can't be there, can't be there. I'm gonna say it has to be there because of that. I think it's a moon. What are we missing? I think it's just that. Right? 8. Oh, wait, we're missing this 8 too. There we go. Okay, maybe we're missing more. There's a 2. Oh, we're missing a 1. It's this one. Got the sparkles on it. Moon and Star. By Fruit, Spike, and Moon. Alright, now we're officially halfway done numerically, but I suspect the puzzles get larger. We will see. That was 12. 13! I guess they can't get bigger, because they'd have to scroll. Scrolling's hard. This is surprisingly simple, again. Like, it's a nice... Actually, no, there's like clouds in that gradient. Ow. There's some clouds in that gradient, so it's not exactly trivial, but it's pleasant still. Okay, that didn't find anything useful for me. 5 has to be here, so that washes out. But this row's complete, so this has to go downward. 2, not 1, not 1, not 1, 2. Okay, we know that now. We've satisfied the 4. 1, 1. Okay, so that has to be separated out, so that's a 2. This is a 1, so we know that's upward. We also know that the 8 has to go this way because of the 1 above it, which means this 5 is there. There we go. Done with that. We know this 8 is done. We know this 1 is done. We can push the 5 up here by 2. 1, 2, not 1, 2. Okay. So we can also do this. 1, 2, 3. Easy, easy. Not 1, 2. Yeah, that works. Picross. Oh yeah, well, the 5 could actually extend down here. But because that's a 2 there, it can't. So there, the 5 has to be there. Cool. Alright, that row is dead. That's nice. 1, 1. I guess there could be a 1. No, that's done there. Part of a 3. Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably part of the 3 where this 1 is. I imagine that's the case, but I don't have proof yet. 3 could go either way. 1, 1, 2. You have both parts of the 2. We need 2 more 1s down here, but I can't necessarily say where they are yet. I guess we know they can't be in the middle. Can't be right here, so therefore one of them has to be here. I guess actually, since we know that can't be there, and we know this is here, so we know that's where that other one is. That works. So we've done everything below here. One, 2. There's a 2 somewhere in here. But I don't know where. Anything else I can count off? Not really. I mean, I could assume that there's a 1 here to kind of make it connect to something. I don't like that, but I can assume it. This track is really chill. I like it. Yeah, it can be part of the 3. I'd like to know where the 4 is. I think that's the trick with this one. Oh, wait, because that's cut off. I can do this, which tells me where the 4 is. Okay, cool. We know it can't be, the 1 can't be below here. Be here, it can't be there. It has to be either here or here. So that's still not very useful. The 4 wasn't going to come over here. And can't there, so it has to be part of this 3. We know that now. This 2 could go either way, that's fine still. This 3 could go up or down. Not much I can do about that. Oh, man. So now, where do we go now? That could still be there. That 1 has to be here, and that means this 2 has to be here, which means this 2 has to be there. Okay, cool. Which again means this 1... Ah! Stupid mouse. Okay, so we did that. This row is done. And these rows are done, so I can count into the middle here. That's 3, so those are done. That's done, so like there is up there. I think all that's left is... Oh, there's still a 3 here. Okay, that's satisfied. That's satisfied. I can't go that way. I have to go this way for that part of that 3. And then the other 3 has to be part of the 2, which is right there. Mushroom. Okay, I see it. I see it. That was 13, I think. I think putting the last puzzle you were in up in the right-hand corner would have been more useful. Alright, halfway point. Okay, 7. Means I can mark the inner 4. Wait. Yes. Inner 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These. Same for the 7 over here. Just noticed it. Another 7. One can hope. One can hope. Alright, well this row is very close to dead because we have both our lengthy things in it. 3... This is another one where it's going to be tricky. I guess I can do this. 1, 3, 4, 5. That satisfies the 4, which means this 1 has to be here. Which I think I probably could have gotten from this. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Not. 1, 2... Oh, I guess I couldn't have gotten it from that. 1, not. Yeah, I could have done it either way. Okay, doesn't matter. I could still be up there. What are the 5? Yeah, this is very, underspecified. How you doing, Matt? Yeah, it's Picross. QLDC sometimes involves mice usage. This has been probably the most pleasant of the mouse ones, I think. What's the other mouse one I did? I've already forgotten. Good, excellent. So now we just pick crossing. There's not much left. Figured I'd clean up the whole thing. Oh yeah, the golf one, thank you. How you doing, Tofal? Flappy and shooty, yep. Golf, flappy, shooty, Picross. Those are the 3 types of mouse. I think the pointy and shooty thing probably worked the least well just because the DPS of this mouse is so bad. Had a dang good nap. Nice. Nice. Good to have a good nap. Oh, no, because the 3 could be up here, so I can't do that. 2 and 2. Don't have any constraints yet. By the way, like, here, my mouse pad. So I'm moving this thing all the way over to the far left edge. I'm moving it the length of the mouse pad. It doesn't go very far. Maybe, I mean, it's a book. It's a standard academic paperback size. Thinking of which, time to flip it over and hopefully get a little more use out of it. Alright, so I have to make guesses, because I think this is all that I can logic out due to the general sparseness of it. Well, not entirely. I know those are empty, but I'm only looking at 1 and 2, so that doesn't help me. This 5 could go that way, so that could be part of our 1. Same thing over here. 2, we know is a 1, but there could be a 1. It could be part of the 3. I have to make a guess. That was wrong. I did kind of assume that the 3 would be downward. Assume that's not. Oh, that's part of the 3. Oh god, I'm doing badly. Okay, well, that means the 2 has to be down here. At least we got that going for us. We've cleared this row, which means our 3 is either over here or over here. Kind of a whoop-de-doo, I'll be honest. 1 could go either way. Yeah, just because you can specify something as a Picross doesn't mean it's a good Picross puzzle. Oh, there we go, that's something. Just because, like, sometimes it's too sparse to really make good logic about. Unless you want to do a lot of guessing and checking. Or backtracking if you're really, really into it. This one's satisfied, so we go down from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives us a 2 here. Which, of course, means this one is empty, but it doesn't fucking matter. Okay. What else? What else can I do with this information I have? I did something in here. Still need to find another place for a 2. Can't be in here. Has to be below the 3. Oh, that actually helps. We partitioned this off, which means that the 3 over here has to be over here. Okay, well, when I said that helps, only a little bit. Just a little bit. That 5 could extend into the 4, so I can't really move that one forward, which would help a little bit. We know this full row, which means if something spanned past it, we could cut it, but we can't do that because nothing spans past it. It's all 1s. I found the 2. I'm gonna 2, that doesn't help. I don't like guessing. I'm already annoyed I had to do it there. I guess this one. Yeah, okay. That cuts that down by 1, which means I can extend this over here, which gets us our 1 and our 3. Our 3 and our 1. Which is pretty mild in terms of help. Oh, actually it means I do this too. So now I have that set. But I can't move these down. But it also means there can't be a 1 there or there. We already have... no. Actually, yeah, it could be there. I know the bottom one is the 2, but that doesn't help me. This row's done. There. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, so there's... That means all of these are down, which means that has to be there. So we know where our 2s are at least. That also means that we know that this is the last part of the 3. So that's done. Which I guess I knew already, because that couldn't have been... No, I didn't know, because it could have gone that way. Which all are Witcher 1s, so nothing, no help there. Oh, God, no help there. Contemplative. I have to say, I'm used to playing Picross with more niceties, but that's just the name of the game today. So... No, oh, the 2 has to be there. Okay, that's something that's true. That's just easy. Because that's a 1, the 2 has to extend down here. We're up to 6 on that one. I think it's a chicken. Ah, darn it. Okay, that row's done, that row's done. This row isn't done. There's not much I can do with that row. No, the 4 still is underdefined. No, it isn't. It's, oh, I know where all the 7s are. There we go. I can actually put this upward. Takes that to the 5. Which means these columns are done now. This column's done. 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 I just need to move these up. And poke one final piece here. Here. No, that's already satisfied. Oh, no. What am I doing? It was right here. Among Us with the badonk. We've already had 2 Among Uses so far. That's enough Among Us for a little bit. That was the last one in this room, right? Oh, crap. I think it was. Don't want to miss any. Nope, that wasn't the last one in there. This is the last one in there. There's nothing in this row, which is helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can mark these off here. Put the 6, put the 7s. A 7 is a full count anyway. So we can do that. Where else? Take that to 7, take that to 7, do that, do that. That's our 4. Two and 5. Well, I got that one for free. That was an accident. Mainly meant to do that. I only wanted these 3. But that extends these. Those 5s are done. These 7s are all done, which is nice. There has to, the 2 has to either be here or right here. I can't do anything with that yet. That's 6 means, yeah, those are 1s. Whoop-de-doo. I guess I know there's a 2 here because of this. Oh, actually, no. These now abut that. So I can push these back. I can push this one forward twice and this one forward once. Which means there has to be a 1 down here. I can also poke the 4 up by 1. It does mean I know that these aren't the 2. Because that 4 doesn't go all the way up, so I can do this. Cool. So that is on that. So this 5 goes this way, which brings us our 6 to completion, to fruition. We know that because there's a 5 there, it has to be there. That's butting the wall now, so we can go over here. I probably could have counted my 7s off a little bit better, honestly. So that row's done, that column's done. 4 and 1, that 5's there, so that's done. That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. We haven't touched this, but it's this. Oh, never mind. That was satisfied, so I should have known that. And that gets us that spot, and then bam. Footprint. Okay. That was the last one in room 3. Puzzlel. 16. Space Jam. mean, pleasant track, but it's no Space Jam. Alright, do all the bottom ones. Check for other numbers. I guess the 3 is the only thing I have here. That's actually pretty useful. Kind of useful. There's other things I'll need to count off. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 5 is useful. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do those. That gives us our 8 location, which is helpful. Where else? So we know this is 2 here, so this means the 5 can't be east of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a knot, but here we go. And that 4 is done. So this entire row is complete, but that's nothing interesting yet. This column's complete. 1, 2, so that has to be a 2, or that has to be there. And that also has to be there, which means we extend the 5 up by 1, which is nice. Yeah, it could not have been there. We already used that logic. That 5 could go either way. I can't really do anything with that right now. I do know the 4 can't be here, so therefore we go... I think actually we just put the 4 here. Yeah, that's what we do. We just put the 4 there. Simple solutions. Oh, and that 3 guarantees this is there, which is a 2, which has to be there. Okay, cool. What else do we have here? So this row's done. We did that. This column here has to go down 1 because of the 3. 2 and 1, that's done. This we have to figure out still. I think it's a faucet if I look at it right. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. The 5 has to come down here because the 1's there. So that's satisfied. So we can now move this over by 1, which satisfies that entire column, which is nice. This column is satisfied. This column is satisfied. This column is satisfied. This column is missing 2 things. 1's there because of the 6. We can't actually be any lower. It has to be up here, which means it's part of the 5. I think that actually might be the last one. Running tap. Yeah, I was right. We're in 4-1. Hope I didn't miss any. Not gonna go back and check, but I certainly hope I didn't. What if it's always Puzzlel when it's the first one? Due to copy and paste errors. Oh look, that Doom texture that scrolls. It's oddly creepy. Don't know why they did that. I mean, scrolling textures were novel at one point, I suppose. Just simple scrolling textures, not like additive ones that we saw in other cool video games. Let's start on the left and move downward. 6, 2. Surprised there's not Doom music, but maybe I just can't hear it well enough. Can connect these inner ones, that's convenient. That 8. Oh, it is Doom music. Okay, cool. That's 7. Oh yeah, I missed this 2, which makes this 3, which satisfies both of those rows. I think it's going to be like a person. I see feet. That's done. This one is entirely done. Oh, okay. So I can count up from 5 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 3 means these connect. At least it's not a Terry trap. Oh, I'm happy to hear that at least. Well, who knows? Maybe when I beat it, it'll start screaming at me. Yell something like, I'm a shitboat! Or whatever other Terry may come. 1, not 1, not 1, 2. Yeah, there could be a 2 here. That doesn't help me yet. Done that. This entire thing's done. This entire thing's done. Oh, that entire thing's done. I can move the 5 back. Gives me access to that. Let's see, there's still space to have a 2 right here, so I can't touch that, which is annoying. Not there, not there, not there. Can't be there, has to be there. Has to be part of the 4. The same logic does not apply to that. So we can put this here. That's where our 2, both of our 2s are, kind of. Well, actually, no, it has to be over here. Problem solved, because these rows are dead now. This one's done. That's done. I need to put that there. Okay, cool. These are... oh yeah, that row's satisfied. Okay, this one isn't. Actually, knowing what I know, I think that has to be the case, because the 4 isn't going to come over there. And then I think the 4... yeah, the 6. There we go. So what the hell is it? Kitty. I was wrong on that one. That was 4-2. Here we go. Puzzle 18. Alright, 4 5s are nice because they span. Got a nice little cityscape here. 6 3s as well. Anytime that your number of numbers and the numbers themselves... how does that work? Number of numbers minus 1 and the numbers themselves add up to the length of your column or row, you know it spans. I think it's true. Alright, now let's go through and be smarter now. These are 6s. I think this one will be relatively fast, if I had to make a guess. 2 2 5s, okay. And do the 5s from here. Still blame the mouse on that one. Still blame the mouse on that one. But clearly those were going to be empty anyway because we've already done everything. So the 3 has to be here in that case, and the 3 has to be here in that case. All right, what are we missing? There's a 1 here. 5 2. Okay, so that one's done. 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 That never anything in it to begin with. Ah, I'm missing a 1 over here. 3 1 1, which means there has to be 1 more in this row somewhere. This is a 2, and that's a 2. Salt and pepper. These are getting weirder. That was 18. I'm not against salt and pepper. Salt and Pepper Cafe is actually a really funny bit. Guy and his friend decide that they will put in a ridiculous number of what's new pussycats into a jukebox. Hilarity ensues. Not 1 2, not 1 2. That's 5 1s. So once I find one of those ones, I know everything in that row. This is another one that I think it might be a little bit underspecified. Let's see. 1 not. 1 not. Yeah, no, that's not gonna help. 1 1 3. Oh, it's 3 1s. Actually, that works. 1 not. 1 not. 1 not. 1 2 3. That wasn't what I meant to hit. That wasn't one of them. In fact, I think those are the only 2 I get for free. That's a problem. Like, everything else I think has to be guess and check. Like, this row I could make, like... it's either evens or odds. I'm gonna guess it's odds. Yeah. So, not much I can do there. Those are both 2s, so I guess I can fork these, which is useful. Kind of. I know that's part of a 3, but I don't know what direction that 3 is gonna go. What else can I do here? Those 4 1s? 2 1 not 1 not 1 not 1 not. Oh yeah, 1 2. All right, so I take it back. I guess this puzzle gave me more than I probably needed to solve it. I just misclicked and went with it. It happens. Alright, so that's done, that's done, that's done. This is of interest, but they can't expand that way, so that has to be there. This has to be a 2, so it goes upward. This can't be that way, so it has to be this way. Right, no, that also has to go left. What? Oh, wait, no. I looked at this wrong. This needs to go right. Mistakes were made. Let's see. Twos. Oh, God, it's like an optical illusion thing where you keep looking and suddenly in the corners there's like thinner walls or something. It's gonna get to me. Alright, actually, I think we can do something here. So, no, they can't be there. There could be one here. We know that. There can't... I guess there could be one there, too. Well, we know there's one there. We've already gone with it. We're just going to go with it. I think ultimately it's going to make a huge difference. That means this 2 has to be there. That's part of that 3, which is nice. So this can't have a 2. Don't know where that 2 could possibly be. Yeah, it doesn't help. Okay. There can't be a 2 here, which means that that has to be part of the 2. 1, 1, and then 3 is somewhat to the right. Okay, so there's one more 1 up in this area. Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, so it has to be here. Which means our other one has to be there. So that's good. That 3 has to expand upward because that row contains only 1s, which also means this 3 has to be here. So that's good. 1, 1, 1, so nothing there. We know where our 3 is starting. We can throw that in. And that means that column is complete. Can't be any 1s or 2s here, but we already know that because of that 2. They can't go up from there. Where to look next? This one's done. This one... Oh, wait a second. This one actually we can do something with because it has to be here. Because it can't go be anywhere in any of the other rows below the 2. That one's done. This one's done. That one's done. Can't be there. Could be here. Can't be there. Could be there. Actually, there's only 2 spots it could be, so it has to be here and here. So you used to be able to nix things off while I'm working on them. Oh, that's part of that 3. Yeah, I misread that. Makes sense though. I couldn't go down. Nothing there, nothing there. It has to be part of this 3. So, where does that leave us? I think there's a 1 here. Not a 1 there. Couldn't be there. Couldn't be there. This is the 2. Not terribly happy with how I solved that, but it's a bunny? It's a bnui. Ew. I disagree. I think that was 19? Was that the last one in there? No, it's the second to last one in there. There we go. Puzzle 20. I should know this track. Nope, doesn't help. Alright, where else can we look? This one is also pretty... not entirely underspecified. Okay, so we got 2 1-1s. 2, not. 1, not. 1, not. 1, 2, so I can pop these. 1, 1. Nope. I should be able to do something with these 3s, but like I could put the 3s anywhere, so I can't really do anything with the 3s yet. 1, not. 2, yeah, no. 2, 1, 1 doesn't, no, that's not enough. Deltarune? Oh. Then I am wrong that I should know this track, because I haven't played Deltarune yet. It's on the list, I assure you. Just need to finish Final Fantasy II, Secret of The Curse of Monkey Island, and Dark Souls. At least 2 out of those 3. Smidge of Undertale motif. That wouldn't surprise me, especially because porters like to play around a little bit. Okay. Logic. I don't got much here. Like, this entire area is so underspecified because you're dealing with just these lines of ones. You know what? Actually, that does help me. Let's see. One, not, one, not, one, not, not. Okay, there we go. Got my 3 out there. Not perfect, but it's something. Just because Toby Fox left a motif too. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, it could go either way. It could be like the Hooded Edge thing, where you're listening to Mega Man and suddenly it turns into Toho. Just there's always the possibility. Not seeing any other clever options. I was really happy with that one. Like, I need something else there. I guess I could... Wait, hold up, actually. I think this forces it into a certain configuration, doesn't it? Because it has to be, let's see, not one, not one, not one. Oh, it doesn't force it. It could go either way. So that's ambiguous. I kind of want to... I think it's this. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to make some guesses here, which isn't ideal, but that does force it into... this one's ambiguous, but the one to the right is not now. Which means I can pull these up as 3-3 individually. And that is done. 2 could go downward. Yeah, this is a 2, but it doesn't... no, 2 has to go downward. Yeah, it had to go downward. So that helped a little bit. That's our 1 there. What else? Oh, this row is done! We have everything we want in this row, which means... That means that that's part of that 3 now. Okay. We have almost everything in the other row, too. Like, this is 3. We only need 1 specified one in this row. Because not here, so it has to be there or there. I think it's here. It's not there. Okay. Oh, it could have been there. I have been making a very bad set of assumptions. Nuts. Alright, well, this 3 can't go to this spot. Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. That 2 is definitely not there. I cannot satisfy a 2 down here, so that has to be part of this 2. There's the 3 could dip down, I guess. 1, 1, 2. There can't be a 2 on any of these. The 2 has to be there or here, but it can't be both. I think I'm gonna just have to do more guessing. I don't like that. I feel like the 2's hang downward. Most likely here. And then this 3 hangs downward, and that felt right. It could be any one of these spots. No, it can't be here because of the 2. Could be here because of the 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the guess that the 3 hangs down. Alright, so there's that. So we're moving upward. There's a... No, that 2 is down there. That's a 1. Actually, because that 1 is 1 forward, not 1... Not 2. Okay, so that's where our 4 is, at least. We know that much. Doesn't help, oh, actually, no, because 1, 2, not 1. Okay. Not 1, 1, 2. Okay, there's our other 2. So we know that the 1 has to be somewhere else. Can't be there, so that has to be a 1. I think we can use similar logic over here. It could be here, or it could be here. I don't know. Actually, that doesn't scan. Not useful. This is the 1, so we go up 2 for... No. That doesn't have to be the 1. I missed this. This 2 is there. Therefore, this is part of the 3. I don't know which way the 3 goes, but it's part of the 3. Except I know it can't go down, so we can do this. Okay, we've nixed that. Cool. What's next? I'm gonna guess that one. And then that's satisfied. I think that means that 2 is gonna go that way. So we've got these columns done. This column we need 1 more in. Has to be here. Okay. 3 and 1. So not there. Not there. Couldn't be there. Probably could be there. So I can't just... Oh, actually, no, because we know that was a 1, so we have to do this. That's good. Those are all 1s. This row is complete. Or this column's complete. This column's complete. This column needs 1. It's there. Can't be there. That takes care of the 2. There we go. Oh, jellyfish. How amorphous. Wonder why the one-ways. They feel superfluous. Alright, I could go beat the level, but we're not going to. We're doing all of them. Because I like Picross, even though it's hella late and I probably should be going to bed already. Ah, yes! Yes! Oh man, this is sicko. I have to walk back? Oh man. Well, it wasn't that one. There's no way for me to guess. They're waiting for me to know. The walk of shame, indeed. It is definitely a shameful walk. How you doing, Desi? Best Picross? I don't think I agree. On the bright side, at least it's not in Among Us. Alright, we'll try 1. Okay, I've tried 1, 2, and 7. This wouldn't be so annoying if I didn't have to pick up the controller again to go try it out. That's the first one I failed, surprisingly. Hang in there, finish up your tax paperwork. It's such a headache. Oh, it is. I need to do mine. I'll probably have to do it like Sunday or Saturday. 3. I think I've chosen the, like, worst strategy for finding this. Absolute worst strategy. 4. I'm beginning to wonder if it's RNG, because my odds of finding it are not... I mean, I guess it must just be 6. Or 5. 5 or 6. By the time I get back, I kind of forget where it is, and the mouse moves by itself anyway. There we go. I don't feel terribly happy about having solved that. Be very, should have read because I'm just holding to the right. Thought the deadline was the 15th, we're very relieved to see it's 18th this year. Still want to finish it today. Just not as stressed it would be if it was the 15th. Yeah, because it's on a weekend, I think. The taxmen give us a little bit of a break. Which is nice. Oh, an actual puzzle. Ah! Alright, what? Oh, I'm miscounting. Shoot. Not 1, 2. Not 1, 2, 3. Oh. Ah. Sometimes you get ones for free you didn't want. Yeah, it was actually, yeah, it's a nice feature. It is a nice feature. 1, not 1, 2. I can't argue that one out. 1, 2, not 1, not 1, 2, 3. 2, 4. Actually, yeah, I know where the set 4 is centered. 1, 2, not 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of useful. Partitions of space. Actually, no, it's not terribly useful. I guess no, now I know definitively that goes down. This song is silly. Okay, so that worked because we could do the 2 there, or the 4 there, and connect here. 1, 2, 3. And I don't think I can do anything with that 1, 2, 2, 3. Oh, I can. Sweet. Sounds like Bubsy. It's Bubsy. I'd believe it. I would believe it. I only played Super Bubsy, so I wouldn't know. Maybe one day we'll go back to Super Bubsy. When I want to sit and wait for 15 minutes for the dang thing to turn on. Okay, so this is another one that's kind of underspecified again, I think. No, wait, there's a thing I can do here. I can move this. That's guaranteed. Because the 1. Just because this 1. I can guarantee certain partition rules because of the 1. I could fit two 2s down there, no problem, so I can't do anything with that. This doesn't partition it enough that I could do something with this 3 here, except I know this is a 1, so it couldn't be here, couldn't be here. There has to be 1's up here, so I guess I can say that this... Wait, what? No, that can't be right. Stop and think. Okay, so 3 has to be below this. Actually, I think... no, wait, because those are all 1s. Actually, I think it has to be, like, right here. Yeah, I think the logic for that 3 thing holds correctly. Because it couldn't be here. This is where it has to start. And below have to be 1s. Like, that row couldn't be filled. So, I think I can say definitively there is 1 here. No, I couldn't have said that. Because I don't know if this is a 1 or a 3. Not 1, 2... Yeah, that was bullshit, but it worked out in my favor. But I do know that the 3 goes up from here. Wait, what? It's lying to me! The clue is wrong. Huh. Super Bubsy does not sound as bad as resetting FF2. No, Super Bubsy was terrible because, like, it took, I want to say, 9 minutes to load. I ended up talking to an ex-Microsoft guy about it, and his theory was that it was allocating all the memory that it could get. And there's, like, what, 300 megabytes of RAM in this thing? Whereas Super Bubsy, you would have had, like, 16, 8, maybe even 4 at the low end. So... Oh, I already hate this. Okay, it's lying to me. That's something I don't want to accept, but I have to accept it. It is lying to me. Alright, where do we go? Where do we go from here? We don't want to waste more time, since I know it's lying to me. So I'm gonna take this freebie. Because I have to. Could be a 2 here. 4 can't go that far, so it couldn't be here. It could be a 1 here. So it has to be a 2 here. Anyway, just gonna guess that one. Which I think means I can say definitively that... It's part of the 4, is what I meant to say. It's part of the 4. Perfect for Bubsy music. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This 2 is satisfied, therefore the 2 has to go that way. Therefore, the 3 cannot go that way, therefore this way. I still have to keep trying to solve based upon the logic that's here. Even if I know that it's lying to me, there's nothing else I can do. Like, that's just the way the game goes. Which is disconcerting. 1, 2, okay, that's the first thing I found. 2, 3. I can't do anything with that yet. Well, no, I can, because it comes to the bottom. There we go. That's our 1. Oh, I guess I do know that's a 1 now because of that. So this is the 1, so the 3 goes to the left. That's fine. That doesn't mean anything useful right now. 3 there. Ah, shoot. It's lying to me again. I think this actually might be a 3. Yep. If I assume that only this row is a liar, which I will admit is a bit of a stretch, we can make that assumption and it works. So then I can turn that one. Didn't mean that one. Oh, boy. Okay, so no, I can't do anything with that. No. Being underspecified and then lying to me is really annoying. Really annoying. Okay, so... I'm gonna guess it's part of the 4. Nope. Alright, well, at least we know something now. I'm already running out of time from trying to think through this, which I don't think was the right call. There's our 2s. This is a 1. The 2 has to go upward, which means this other one has to be there. Okay. So that means these rows are complete. This row is complete. Who the fuck knows? This 2 could go either way. This 2 is done, which means this 3 can't be here, which means that We know that's a 1 now, so that means the 3 is right here. Connect that up. Okay, so that's our 2 1s. Can't go down, so that has to be there. And that's our 2, and they're 2 1s. That's done, that's done, that's done. This row, need the 3, okay. The 2 has to go upward, by logic. There's a 2 here, and I think, yeah, there we go. Maybe? I don't know. I guess I did well enough. Oh, what other trickery could happen at 23? This is nonsense. It's not cricket. Thanks. Alright, well at least this is kind of... Oh, that's Kingdom Hearts. Oh, that's what we're doing. Look, it's a checkerboard pattern. Who could have seen that coming? I had a 50-50 shot at being right, so I just kind of went with it. Despite the fact that it says 69, what could possibly go wrong? I watched that cartoon, the intro to that cartoon, like 4 fucking times in that stream. Your reward, if you're good at Bubsy, is more cartoon. I was not good enough to achieve full cartoon. Okay. Here's the worst part. The mouse is kind of inaccurate, so at some point I'm going to fuck this up again. I'm trying to decide what way to go. Like, what's the most sensible way to go about this? Because, like, I don't want to screw this up. But you know what? I appreciate the, like, questionableness that kind of is creeped in at the last moment here. Like, right? Like, Picross is fun, but, like, this is nothing to write home about in the grand scheme of things. In terms of QLDC, right? Like, you've just literally done a Uber ASM hijack that lets you do this. With the mouse. Or something. I don't know. It's cute, but it's mostly like a tech demo cuteness. Not a, like, this is a cool Mario level thing. Compared to, like, some of the other ones. I think the mouse level from the first QLDC is probably my favorite. Because you had sort of this Lemmings thing you were doing with Mario, and Lemmings is fun. And a cool use of the mouse. Whereas Picross is just Picross. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying I'm not having a good time, but it's still just Picross. There we go. Cute LDC, that'd be nice. Chessboard. Could be a checkers board. Wait, no, it's not a chessboard. Chessboards aren't, they're 8x8. That was 10x10. Yeah, 8x8. Because you got 2 of each of those types of things. Oh, crap. Where was I? I did 21. So this was Sicko's lying to me with Bubsy. Checkerboard. Slopcord have an unfair advantage? Oh, fair. Alright, well this is normal. Actually, it's lying to me again. It's totally lying to me. I don't think... Oh, never mind. It's not lying to me. No, it's lying to me. Because I don't think I could have that 9 down there work with these 7s. It's still a 0, right? Oh, never mind. I forgot it's a shorter field. That was trivial. Pride progress flag. Okay. I see it. I think without the colors, it doesn't work all that well, I'm going to be frank. Like, there's some flags you just need the colors on. Otherwise, you're looking at 2 stripes of something, right? Like, I don't know, Poland. Ukraine. Both have similar, like, 2-color flags. And without the colors, you wouldn't be able to disambiguate them. Well, speaking of places. Oh, it's smaller again. Maybe that was 8x8. I guess it was 8x8. Huh. Nope. I withdraw my complaint about the chessboard. I mean, it's a pretty classic song at this point. Whether you know it as the Leak Spin song or by its real name that I would not be able to pronounce correctly. Like, I know it's Levin Polka. It's not that hard. Where am I? Here I am. 4. 1, 1. These are both 3s. It's another fucking Among Us, isn't it? What am I missing? What am I missing? 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 4. I'm missing this one. It'd be nice if I had one color showing you after the picture, but it's still a really nice level. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, I feel like you had to throw in the colors after, or at least get the rainbow stripes on there. But it is a nice touch. It's a nice idea. But it also could have been the Ohio flag. Ohio is silly. Oh, what's up, Underway? How you doing? Hibernating till QLDC2023. Hard to say. I still need to sit down and finish or figure out some of the tech I want for the next time it comes up. I wonder if there's anything left. Question mark. 26. Ha! Thought you could leave so easily? There's one more puzzle you have to beat. Alright. What do you want? No! Okay. Well... something is lurking. Oh, never mind. It's just the bop sprite. I assume every time I get it wrong, it's going to speed up. Which is almost impossible right here. I guess it's not going to do that. Can I just hold it down? Nope. This mouse has gotten more of a workout today than any other day, any other time. Alright, let's see if I can run it to the side and actually click these. Nope. Oh, maybe it's, no, just follow the line. Don't follow the line. I'm not sure I like the combination of Minesweeper and Picross. But at least I'm not dying by hitting mines. What? There was actually a failure state? How? How? Ugh, mouse. I gotta admit, these, like, the 100s look a little bit sinister as you're moving along. Okay. Could I can't go all the way up. I can't go all the way up there. I mean, could this be it? It does look a lot like a G. Alright, where else could I be looking? Like, follow the yellow brick road only works so well. Solve my puzzle, streamer. That's what's happening. I'm kind of wondering if, like, there's something going off. Like, there's something off here where, like, I can't click on the far right square that I need to be clicking on. Because, like, I can't click on those to the right. Nope. Already have fucked up QLDC ideas that could last your next 5 contests. Oh, definitely. I have one that I might have to run past ampersand if I decide to implement that specific one. Because there's a little bit of something funny I want to do, but it would require some buy-in, and I didn't have time this time to even do the basic version of what I wanted to do. So, especially because I insisted upon trying something, doing it in a silly way. Okay, so we know these are... Like, maybe there's no ending. Like, maybe... I mean, I'm gonna guess there's just like one pixel I'm missing. Like, everything else is nice and contiguous, and there's just like one fucking thing out in space. Once I hit it, you can even hear the mouse is starting to whine. Alright, well, I should probably try to be a little smarter about this. If I can get everything below the cut here, then next time I can try everything above the cut. That, or I have to fill in everything before the time limit, which is also difficult because this mouse is a ball mouse, and I'm using a book. Me ask the actual question? I'm not. I think that I found my answer. I think that that's literally what I have to do, is I have to click every square that's clickable within the time constraint. Like, I don't think that there's anything else for me to do here. So I just have to be fast. Which is unfortunate, because again, I'm using a ball mouse, and I can't even go all from one side to the other without lifting the mouse itself. If I fail it again, I think that I will ask that question directly, assuming that you know the answer, Hero. Because, like, just on an SNES mouse, which most people who are making these levels are not testing with because they can't or don't have one, which is a good call in life. It's a lot harder than what they might think. Probably should do rows because it reduces the amount of time I have to lift the mouse. But we've definitely eliminated the issue down to either that. Does it have speed control? If it does, Max, I have no idea where it is. How's that you doing? Know the answer, sort of. But, like, there's no speed control, as far as I know, unless there's, like, you boot into Mario Paint and it lets you do things. I feel like columns is the way to go. What's up, Tass? How you doing? Long time no see. I'm clicking all the buttons. This is now virtual bubble wrap, which was actually a category on Yahoo back in the day. The more you know. I'm dual-handing this. I don't think this is helping. I'll get it on the way back up. I would... You know, I probably should reorient the mouse pad I'm using to prevent me from having to move up and down so much. But still, moving up and down is a lot faster than side to side. I think by the squares I'm doing better this time. Plus or minus some mistakes. That better... I filled in all the things. All of them. Near? Oh, I thought I got all of them. Well, the thing is... Okay, I just want to point this out. We're not even going to try to solve this. I can't click these far right ones. It will not let me. Just... Like, I can click most of them. I clicked all of the ones I think... Oh, wait, you're right, because of the... Oh, crap. I see what you're saying. Because yeah. I think... Oh, because I started at the bottom. Okay. Let me reorient my mouse pad. Oh, and try again. Okay. Dual-handed tech. Move all the way out there. I need to stop making mistakes. No, I think moving the mouse pad this way has not helped. Well, it actually kind of does. I don't have to move it up or down now. But the problem is it's now curved because it's a freaking paperback. In retrospect, I don't think this was one of my better choices. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, I might need to go get a hardback to put underneath this, so I have a chance. I think the problem is just, like, I have to keep it on a very straight line, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. Like, I can do it in one go, provided I stay on the part that actually works. Oh my god, no, no, no! Okay, that works. That works. We almost had it. Ah! Yes, I know the timer is ticking. Ah. Come on. Oh, I'm starting to just be worse at this. No! Mouse, work! Mouse? I'll catch it on the way back. Damn, nation. I wish there was a timer on the screen so I know how badly I was doing. Wait, oh crap, this was bad. I need to go, Okay, I cannot hit those. How you doing, Terravan? Okay, HeroSoft, lay it on me. What is the truth of Puzzle 26? Because at this point, I have no idea what to do. Other than, like, I would try to get only the ones that are not X's, but I can't hit the ones over here without nixing those. So that's, like, the only other idea. What's up, Noah? Think outside the box? What manner of evil? That's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Oh. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Let me fix my mouse pad. I think I should be able to do this now, assuming I know the shapes. Let's see. Wait. Huh? Maybe I don't know the shapes. Scroll over here, maybe. Uh-huh. Okay, well. Try the bottom part. Nope. How do you scroll the screen? Moving. It's all boxes. My god, it's full of boxes. Look, if I have to do... If I still have to hit all the boxes, I'm fucked. If I'll have to hit all the black ones, I think I'm good. Not that the rapidly speeding up music is bugging me or anything. Alright, we did what we know. A little bit of scrolling. Okay, that's all toast. Ah. Mouse. You know, I don't think I'm ready for the high-speed world of incredibly fast Picross. Just don't think I'm ready. I may never be ready. Okay. What else could there be? Oh, this line. That line right there that defines part of the G is where I need to be doing. Okay, well, I know where it is now. It's done by changing it via software. So is in, like, I could change it within the software, or, like, I need to boot into Mario Paint. Because, man, this would have been so much easier if I boosted the sensitivity. I mean, not just this, but, like, pretty much everything else I've been trying to do. Okay. Move over. Do this stripe. Because, like, there was definitely a level where I ended up cheating a decent chunk of it, because it was like, I didn't want to give myself tennis elbow. Trying and failing. So I just turned on Always Cape and called it a day. Which I think was a perfectly reasonable choice. Got to see all of the cool stuff. There we go. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. I trust it. Oh. Okay. What's up, Milgrips? Other gamepad controlled the connection? Yes. Yes, it was. That's how I did it. Huh. What SNES controllers do I have? The mouse, a few different Famicom ones, a box full of Super Famicom controllers, a couple of Super Nintendo controllers. A lot of people were involved in making this. I guess probably because there's an awful lot of music and backgrounds and stuff. On Itch. Oh, that's kind of cool. On TSR. Special thanks to Arian for letting me use 3 pre-release ports from their Witcher C3 thread. Ooh, including the one you're hearing now. Why would checking for the side exit be better than just grabbing the orb? I'm paranoid. I was jumping around to see if anything interesting happened. The other one I have is the one for the horse racing modem thing. I have that one. I showed it off once when we were doing the N Knuckles stream. But that's all I got, just those 3 type. I guess 4 if we count as the Super Nintendo ones as being different. Having to click the orb would have been pretty great. I think so. I think that would have been a really cool thing if you could pick it up and drag it. Because, like, it just falls to the floor or something. But Picross. I think having you fill in the orb thing also would have been cool, but the GG thing was definitely weird. No multi-tap, no multi-tap. Probably should at some point get one of those, but I didn't. I know Fisk was always bugging me to get one. I'm not sure there's a lot of games I want to play that use multi-tap. Or, I guess if I didn't want to have one more peripheral, it would probably be the Super Scope. That would have been cool. Could you flip the squares? Oh, yeah. This entire this entire level is just Picross. So, like, these squares always work. I don't know if it's a specific thing. I guess last time it said hi, so maybe this says something different. Oh, it says GG. So yeah, the first time it said hi if you trialed and errored it. This one says GG. So, nice way to finish up there. That's where Mario is.